Hello. I'm not a storyteller per se. I'm more of a poet, but I think through poetry you can tell stories, whether you're having a good day, a bad day, hard times, sad times, good times. It's always good to get your emotions out on paper. That's how I usually do it. And I've always been writing ever since I can remember. When I was a wee child, through high school, I wrote poems, song lyrics, sentences just to get my emotions out. When you're in high school, you're going through a lot of changes. You're metamorphosizing into the adult you're going to be. You're having bad days, acne, friendships, breakups, crushes, and so forth. So the only way that I could get it out was on paper. And, sometimes it helped. So I've written a lot of poems, mostly. A few song lyrics and a few short stories, but mostly poetry. And everybody has hard times in their life. And I wanted to share my hard time. In 2018, I had a bad breakup. I was in a really bad relationship and I was devastated. I was heartbroken. I was so depressed and I tried to get out of my funk by getting into my hobbies, painting, writing, trying to get back to the way I used to feel. And, it was tough. It was hard sometimes, when you're really in love with somebody and then you break up with them, it was just really hard. So I tried to write what I was feeling, but I really couldn't get to the exact words that I wanted. So I'd write a few sentences here and there and come back to it. I tried to paint and try to do all my other hobbies, photography and etc. But eventually I was feeling a little bit better. I got over it a little bit. And it was just a little lingering sadness, but I still didn't write the poem that I wanted to write. So anyway, in 2020, my uncle was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. And I was really close to him, and I just went down. I was just really depressed again. And, but for his sake, I had to keep up the cheerfulness. Didn't want him to feel bad because he had a lot on his plate, and he was going to go in for his surgery, and he wanted me to go with him to Boston, talk to the surgeons. So I did, and I did the chemo treatments before and after surgeries. I was there with him the whole time, and when you're sitting with somebody hours and days and months, and they're feeling down, you try to cheer them up. Even though I wasn't feeling really happy, I was pretending to be happy and trying to be cheerful for his sake, and that takes a lot of energy. So when he'd go back to his house and I'd go back to my house, I was just emotionally drained. I was coming out of a relationship, and I was still heartbroken. I was still feeling that, and then his diagnosis, and then I was really I was just trying to hold it all together. I was trying to write and try to get my emotions out, but I still couldn't write. It was just really hard to dig deep down inside when you have to pull those words out that you want to convey. So anyway, I went through all the treatments with him. He went in for his surgery, and then I had to take care of my aunt, who was diagnosed with dementia. She was repeating herself. She was forgetting things, and I had no experience in that. And that was really hard. It was really finding someone that you really love and you're seeing them deteriorate like that. It was really hard. So, but I took care of her while he was away, and I was just trying to hold everything together. And then my mother had a heart attack in 2021, and she made it through. And I was her caregiver after that. I was trying to, make sure that she was doing all the prescriptions and everything. But I was just really, I thought it would break into 1,000 pieces. I really did. And the only thing that got me through was my writing. So I went back to my poetry, and I had sentences from before when I was feeling down and sad and depressed. I went back, I reread everything, I rewrote everything, and then I kind of came up with a poem that conveys, I think, all my feelings that were all together, really how I felt, and this is my true feelings, how I was feeling at the time. And it's called Woman in Her Blues. Of sorrow, what could have been, should have been, might have been, used to keep me longing, now just leaves me hollow. Woman and her blues. Thank you.